Okay, so it's wet all the way through, noodle, limp, wet. That's how you know it's wet enough. Okay, think noodles, think food. Okay, so here's our little dog. He's a little too yellow in this photo, and I can't help that. You'll notice he's got, he's actually got an almost brownish black to him. But I thought, we could play with that a little bit. He's got some of his skin is showing around his eyes, and it's gray, and that's the color. That's his skin showing. Uh, and then this area, I think we'll use cat color again. Okay. So what I have here is an example of where we're going for the undercolor, because when I work with blacks, I want color underneath it. I do not just put black on paper. That's just disgusting. Unless it's that Bloodstone Genuine I was telling you about, and then it's a different story. All right, so I need to get that out of the way. So cat color, here we go back to what everybody's familiar with, but I'll do it again because I don't have it mixed, because I just washed it out of this thing thoughtlessly. Okay, so I've got raw sienna, and I'm going to redden it up just a little bit with Quin Burnt Scarlet. Just a little bit. And then it's got to have something to kill that color back. And so I'm resorting to Moonglow. Here we have Moonglow, which is, when you see it next to these purples, gee, we know it's sort of purpley, barely, but you can see it's not all that purpley. It's almost a gray. The real beauty of it is the way that it separates, which I'm not even interested in that right now. I'm just using it to gray things down a little bit. Oh, okay. All right. So it looks kind of like dirt, which is just what we need. And then I'm going to use indigo, I think. Let's see, what is that? Oh, that's okay, this must be the indigo. Oh yeah, that's the indigo. The indigo has got a bit of a yellow tone to it. It's a bit turquoisey. We'll just mix it with that other. Okay, so I got some of each of those down here. So then I'm just going to start painting. And it's the same process that we did with the kitty, in that we are looking, we're just working and seeing how wet the paper is and how the paint's going to act. So this is some fairly strong paint, and I'm going just to the interior because that is spreading a lot, and I know it's going to spread other places. So let's just go into some of these areas. That's going to spread way out. Well, like I said, this black actually has a lot of brown under it. And I'm going to keep some of those browns, but I'm going to pull some blues in too, because that's more fun. So, and here, this area might be a little drier. And again, I had this really wet, and then because I was talking and, things, it got drier, so I added more water to it. So now it's very wet, or parts of it are very wet. Maybe I didn't get it all very wet. So I really want the blues in through this area and maybe a little over here. Let's see. We've still got a lot of brown in the ears. And it's going to come peeking through later. Remember, this is just our undercolor. So I'm going to do things like this. Well, I guess I'll just keep going. And if a little bit of this gets on the tongue, I don't care. And mix, be sure that you don't do what I just did. Make sure you mix up enough paint ahead of time. So this dog may have a little more blue to him just because I ran out of color. Oh, let's get this area. And we've got a bow there. But we're not going to get just overly. Whoa. Look, I just mixed up just the right amount.
Look at you.
That's always a mistake, though, because just the right amount is never really right. There, I got a little bit of a dry area. Looky there. Okay, so indigo. And because my paper is very wet, that means that my paint needs to be not so wet. This is fairly thin. Let's see how it's going to act. So, okay, colorful dog here.
Pretty.
And let's just go over the eye area. And if some of the brown is coming in here, this will probably push it back. If it doesn't push it back, it'll be okay too. So this part has got a fair amount of black to it. I'll just pull that out. So here I've got a kind of a mixture, and that makes a nice transition, and that's all going to be good. Because basically, when you're working like this, anything that happens, you can claim that's what you wanted. And, oh, let's put a little more here. You know, I'm just looking at the face and where he's got some stronger, where some of the blacks are cooler. There's right there and right there. I'll just pull a little. Oh, I'm going that the direction the hair's growing. Well, wasn't that smart of me? Yeah, so I'll just pull a little of this. So some of this will be mixed. Now, if I want this to stay in the lines, which maybe I do, look what's happening over here. Let's just see. If the sheen is starting to go off the paper, no, it's not. So never mind. Not doing anything yet. I think I want blue black under here. Just get little bits of stuff going in here. You don't want to over blend it. And the temptation is to just keep on, and because I'm having fun. Oop.
Don't have fun.
Okay.
Whatever you do.
So, I guess I'm going to go ahead and do. So this area right here poofs out, and then the black comes in, and I'm going to keep the black a little bit back from that.
Back from what?
Back from, see where we've got these little feathery things?
Okay.
Now, and I might mention that some of you might be interested in bringing in some black ink, or even a fine Sharpie for some of the finish work on this. Oh, that dog that we've got up on the board there with the little girl, that was done with some of that Higgins India. What do you call that? India ink?
India.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've used this stuff. Forgotten what it was. Okay, so there's a little, you know, maybe I'll call that it. Or maybe not. Yeah. Yeah, that should do it right there. Now, there is, oh, look at that. Look at that misbehaving puppy up here. So let's see if this is dry enough. Yeah, so I can just add water here. And this is just going to push that color back in. So I'm adding a little bit of water, and I may do a bit of blotting. Now, having some of this fuzz coming out here it can actually be a good thing because it integrates a puppy into the background. But I could also do just a little bit of pick up there and maybe even add a little bit more water. And it depends how wet this is. Remember, if it's really wet and you add water, everything will just spread further. But if the paper is beginning to dry, and I really pushed it here, it wasn't really quite, you're looking for it to have lost its sheen. And in the case where this paper is like super wet, you might even wait just a tiny bit longer than you would under normal circumstances because it is still so wet deep down. But you can see how that cleaned up really nicely. You have a lot of control in situations like this. Like if you wanted to, I don't really want to, but if you wanted to, you could lighten some areas. Look at that. So I could, now this is a damp brush, it's not really wet. I could pull some color up out of the ribbon, bow, whatever it is. Okay, so anyway, you see, I can come back here. Look, it's traveling back out. And because this is staying damp longer, you both have more time to work with it, but it also has more time to change on its own. So you kind of have to nurse it along for a while. So there, and I didn't need to leave that like that, but the point is that you can come in and work some areas and make some things happen, lifting. You have quite a bit of, in fact, I can use that dried out brush here. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Now this is squeezed out. The brush is totally squeezed out.
Do you want that tone purple?
Huh?
Do you want the tone blue?
I could put blue back in there. I don't have anything in mind. I was just demonstrating what could happen. That you have that kind of control to play with this paint under these situations. But you could, you could introduce other color in or pull color up. You can move things around. You can change your mind. Oh, here's a little bit of a more reddish bit of color I've got, and let's just see. I think I could keep playing in here. See, he's got kind of a red tone inside that ear. I wish we had some more of that somewhere else. And this, you can see that there is sort of a bit of a fuzzy edge to it, but you can see that it's also kind of looks like it's got a hard edge. The thing is, though, that this is extremely workable. So I can play with it in wet ways that I could never do if this wasn't super wet. I really like working this way, so like I can do, that. So, okay, so I know you're wanting to go run do this, so do.
I have a question.
Yes.
That brush, what is that brush?
Oh, this is a 1/2 inch black velvet.
1/2 inch?
Yeah, and this is a brush. You haven't seen me work with it that much recently, but this is a brush that is just my old standard go-to brush for almost everything, and I can use it for almost everything.
Okay, thanks.